Hello there, everyone. Happy Friday to you all, and happy weekend. It's finally weekend time. How goes everyone's day? Oh, excuse me. We're continuing Iwakura Aria today. What did we get to? We got to chapter 3 last time. Yeah, finished chapter 1 and chapter 2, I believe. Oh, we've been learning some shit. I'm gonna be honest. This is not what I expected it to be. The vibe I got from it felt like it was going to be more of like there's some sort of like serial killings going on, like actual murder. Whereas like it seems like or like a cult or something. Whereas like it might just end up being a drama with mature themes. Like it's been good. Oh, that's loud for me. Not what I expected it though. Yeah, it'd be this one. The morning sun came and I had barely slept a wink. I can still feel that sensation, that unique slimy feeling of blood. Early morning in the bathroom. The night passed, and as I began to regain my composure, the sensations left on my skin slowly began to make themselves apparent. Goosebumps spread from my arms to cover my entire body as I recalled the anxiety and fear I felt seeing her bleeding like that. It was a good thing Mr. Amane took over, but I can't stop thinking about what would have happened if the bleeding didn't stop. I can't be thinking about stuff like that. What I saw with my own two eyes, when compared against common sense and reality, all felt totally mismatched. Miss Aria is 33 years old. 33? I wonder what month she was born. Not that any of that matters right now. I went into the changing room, then buried my face in a soft towel. That sense of comfort I felt in that moment made me feel sleepy, but looking down at my watch sitting on top of my clothes, I realized that there was no time to lie down. I let out a sigh and drooped my head. That's when I saw it. I happened to notice some red liquid dripping onto the floor. Is this blood? It's not dry. Why? Where did this come from? There's some on my inner thigh. You have to be kidding me. At a time like this? Now what? I didn't have one for a while, so I totally forgot about it. I don't even have anything with me. This is awful. Oh, Aria probably has some. Yeah. Oh, you're up already, Ichiko? Miss Aria. Don't worry. I didn't see anything. I'll come back later. No, wait. Oh, well... She was staring at me as I stood there mumbling. Her gaze shifted towards the floor as if something caught her eye. So that's what it is. There's some on that shelf over there. Go back to the bathroom. I'll clean this up for you. No, it's fine. I'll take care of it myself. No need to worry. Go and rinse yourself off again. It's so dirty. I couldn't possibly ask you to clean. There's nothing dirty about it. It's fine, Ichiko. Aria narrowed her eyes as she looked at my beet red face. She gave me a warm, reassuring gaze. Why? Looking down, I could see the bandages peeking out from the cuffs of her sleeves. How can she still look so beautiful, even on a completely, utterly messed up day like today? Maybe it's because I didn't sleep much, or maybe it's just me being a woman right now, but it felt like my heart was shaking like crazy. I felt so pathetic, and all I wanted to do in that moment was cry. No, I have to keep it together. If I let myself go, they might think that they won't be able to tell me anything. I'm so sorry for worrying you. Are you going back to bed? It's after 6. I imagine you didn't have breakfast yet. So if you're feeling hungry, I can prepare something. It won't be necessary. Please go to bed, Ichiko. Hmm? You didn't sleep yesterday, right? You have bags under your eyes. Usually only people older than me look that tired. What? Was that a joke just now? Maybe I should laugh. You don't have to worry about it so much. You're just so honest. And it's so cute that I just can't help but laugh. Come on. About yesterday, I still haven't... Yes, I know. Let's talk about that later. Please just lie down a bit for now. This isn't just a matter of not getting enough sleep. But I have work. I'll tell my father that I wanted to let you rest. As for Akari, I may have to fill her in a bit. I need to make sure she replenishes your supply each month too. Yes, of course. Thank you so much. Ichiko, your cheeks are still quite red. I thought it was from the bath, but you might be a bit feverish. I felt the cold palm of her hand gently cover my cheek. It's not like she could tell anyway, she's always fucking cold. And it's so cold. It feels nice. I'm glad. Now close your eyes. You can sleep as much as you'd like today. Good night, Ichiko. Ooh. Yes, good night. Good night, Miss Aria. I stared blankly at her as she disappeared from my view. Just before leaving the room, she worriedly looked back at me. Miss Aria. I felt like I was smiling as I drifted off to sleep. She really cares about me, and that made me so happy. It's so hot. Something smells delicious. Hang on. The room's all orange. Is the sun setting? Wait. The sun setting? Damn. She just slept like 12 hours. Good morning, Ichiko. It's time to eat. Aria, wait. Time to eat? Did you make this for me? Of course not. I spoke with the girl working in the kitchen this afternoon. She was really worried about you, so she made you something that would be easy for you to eat. Oh, Sui did. You didn't eat anything before bed, so I'm sure you're hungry. I'll feed you, so I just need you to turn towards me. Oh, no, that's okay. I'm not that sick, you know. Why not? Besides, I want to take care of you. I went to all the trouble to heat up this soup for you, you know? I really appreciate that, but... Is it off-putting? Even if it's just opening your mouth. Of course it is. I'm not a baby anymore. That's what I was thinking, but... Judging by that displeased look on her face, I think it'd be best not to resist anymore. I should probably just follow her lead here.
それじゃ
Okay
あ
then.
慌てないで。
There's no
やけ
rush.
どしないよう
It
に
still
冷ま
needs
さ
to
なく
cool
ちゃ。
down a bit so you don't burn your mouth. With that, she placed the bowl of soup on the tray on her lap, then started fanning the spoonful of soup with her hand. I guess it'll be okay? I hope she doesn't spill it. I was feeling so nervous, but watching her try her best for me like this made it easier for me to calm down. It does make me wonder, like, because she can't feel pain. Can she even tell, like, the difference between hot and cold? Like, if she spilt scalding hot water on herself, would she notice? Like, like, she might notice because of the wet feeling, but would it even burn? I was feeling so nervous, but watching her try her best for me like this made it easier for me to calm down. But that's when I noticed there were onions mixed in the soup. Wait, why are there onions in it? Sui definitely knows that I don't like them.
これでいいわ。
This should be good.
口を開けて。
Okay, open
大
up.
きくね。
Nice and wide now. You will eat the fucking onions and you will get over it. Onions are tasty. There's nothing I can do. I'd be stupid to keep refusing her. Uh,
いちこ、偉いわ。ネギ。
that's good, Ichiko. You hate onions, don't you?
知ってたんですか？
You knew?
さっき聞いたの。でも、私が食べさせて。
That girl
ちゃん
told
と
me,
飲み込むんじゃない
but
か
I
と
thought that you might be able to eat them if I fed them to you. Aria looked very, very satisfied with herself.
これできっとすぐ元気になるわね。ネギ。
This will
私は
help
絶
you
対に
feel
食べたく
better,
ないけれど。
even though there's no way I would ever eat onions.
元
What?
気にな
If
る
they
な
help
ら
you
お
feel
嬢様
better,
こ
then
そ
you should be
食べ
eating
ない
them too.
いやよ。嫌いだもの。
No way, they're so gross.
いちこはそこ
But
が
you
見
have
え
to
るまで
make
し
sure
っ
your
かり飲
bowl
む
is
のじゃ。
empty, Ichiko.
そんな
Come on.
早く元気になっ
I
てほ
just
しい
want you
の
to
よ。
feel better as soon as you can.
まずはもう一
So
口。
come on, just one more
頑
bite.
張って。い
You
ちこ。
can do it. Aria held out the spoon again. Her thin, white arm peeked out from her gently swaying sleeve. Wait a second. Did she already remove the bandages I rewrapped for her yesterday? I could have sworn they were still there this morning. Wasn't her wound on the other arm? I shifted my gaze and realized that there were no bandages or any trace of a wound on either arm. That means what she was telling me yesterday really was the truth. It healed even faster than I thought it would.
いちこ。
Ichiko?
あ
Mm,
口の端からこぼれてる。
it's spilling out from the
待って
corner of your
拭
mouth.
ってあげるから。
Here, I'll wipe it up for you. Aria stopped me as I tried to wipe my mouth with the back of my hand, then put the bowl back on the tray. That was when. She gently put the spoon down, at which point I spotted a large open wound on the palm of her hand. Where did that come from? That wasn't there yesterday. I guess it happened today? The shock of this discovery made my gaze waver. Suddenly, I was pulled right out of this relaxing, comfortable moment and smacked upside the head with a dose of reality.
そのまま動かないで。
Relax. Don't move. She softly wiped the corner of my mouth with a handkerchief.
私
How long was I
ど
asleep
れく
for?
らい眠っていたんでしょうか？
どうかしら。
I would say
10時間くらい
about
じゃ
10
ない？
hours or so.
そんなに
What? That long? When I thought about the fact the sun was going down, I could estimate on my own, but hearing that exact number made my blood run cold.
平気よ。女中の仕事は講師の区別がつけにくいでしょ。
It's
だから
fine.
もっと
It can be hard for a
私が
live-in
休みを取らせ
housemaid
て
to
あげないと
distinguish
いけなか
between
った
work
の。
and personal time. I really should have let you have more time off.
だから一日休んだくらいで
That's
罪の
why
意識
I'm
なんか
telling
感
you,
じなくていい。
you aren't committing some grave offense by taking a day to rest. Up until very, very recently, I could have accepted what she was saying without any hesitation. But now I can't help but worry about something happening to her while I'm asleep. The mere thought of that was enough to make my stomach hurt.
お父様
Father?
Aria,
Aria, I see.
君は
Ichiko is awake
も
now.
う起きていたんだね。
Did you sleep well? How are you
よくね。
feeling?
私は
I'm fine.
私は
I'm
平気です
sorry about everything today.
今日はす
I
みま
didn't
せ
get
ん
any work
仕
done.
事が何も
何
Please,
一日
one
くら
day
い
is of no
構わないよ。
consequence.
それより
By the way,
今
I
ちょ
just
うど
finished
コーヒ
making
ー
some
を入れたと
coffee.
ころでね。
If you're feeling up for it, how about
も
joining me
し起
downstairs
き
for
て
some
来られそう
sweets?
なら
I'll even
下
make
で
you
甘
two
いもので
sweet
もどうかな。
cafe au lait.
いちこどう
How about it,
平気
Ichiko? Is that okay? I turned and nodded to Arya, who was looking at me for an answer. I'm sure he wants to continue the conversation from yesterday. He did say as much after all.
食事はまた後ね。
We can eat later.
一度
I'll
片
just
付けな
clean
いと。
this up for now.
置いておいてください
Please
後で自
leave
分
it
で
there.
片付けますから
I'll take care of it myself later.
そう
Really?
はいスープ
Yes.
ありが
Thank you
と
for
うご
the
ざいま
soup.
した
いいの。それじゃ
No problem. Well then. My eyes did not deceive me. When Arya stood up, I could see the cut on her hand as clear as day. I can only imagine what else they have to tell me at this point. Maybe it was because of everything that happened yesterday, but just thinking about it was enough to make my body completely stiff. Even the tiny veins in my fingertips started throbbing. Trying to do anything I could to suppress this extremely unpleasant feeling, I tightly grabbed the sheets around my thighs. I then walked quietly down the stairs behind Aria. I could smell the bittersweet aroma of coffee as soon as I got to the bottom of the stairs.
あまねさんは小食堂でしょうか
Are we meeting Miss Romani in the breakfast room?
いいえ。応接室よ。
No, in the
Ora.
drawing room. Look. I stepped off the stairs and looked over towards the drawing room, where I saw Amane standing there with a pot of coffee in his hand. Drawing room. My legs were trembling, and I could barely move as I recalled the blood-stained events of yesterday night. That was what set everything that happened yesterday in motion. That's why I went into that room, too.
いちこ
Ichigo? I felt a massive wave of nausea come on. My head was pounding. I didn't want to hear anything about this.
ね
Hey. It's so obvious. If you just touch the wound on her palm.
え。来て。いちこ
I'm here, Ichigo. That was an awful reaction on my part. If I turn back now, it'll look like I'm freaked out about the wound, but I feel disgusting, and I just don't know what to do. Will they kick me out if I'm honest with them and say I don't want to know anything else? There was hardly any time to think as I walked the short distance over to the drawing room. But my head was absolutely spinning as I tried to decide if I should stay or run. Maybe it'll be easier if I just know everything? That's about all I could convince myself of at this point. I'm pretty sure they're going to
Done, eh?
tell her
Sa-
that...
sorted.
I mentioned this yesterday. That, because, like, because Arya, like, heals very quickly, they probably sell her blood as like some sort of like medicinal cure or like anti-aging thing. So yeah, that's why she would have a fresh wound on her hand, because they needed to get their supply. Although, why aren't they just taking blood then? They could just use some syringes to take blood. Is that something they could have done, though? I don't know what the medical technology would have been like then. There you are. Come, have a seat.
はい。失礼します。
Okay, excuse me.
砂糖をいくつも溶かしたか
I
ら
put quite a bit of sugar in it, so it should be plenty sweet. Let me
二人
know
の
what you
口に合
think.
うといいけれど
I hope you like it. The ice in the cup rattled as the milk was mixed with the coffee. I saw it all from that window. Looking around the room triggered the awful visions of what I saw go down in here yesterday. My eyes started twitching like crazy, so I averted my gaze. That was when I noticed a handkerchief left on the table. A silver blade with a thin handle was visible through the gaps in the folds.
これって。
Is this... I very nervously unfolded the handkerchief. That was when I heard the sound of the blade wrapped up in it scraping against the fabric. The blood that was soaked into it had already dried up and changed color.
その手、これで切ったんで
Did
す
you
か？
cut your hand with this?
ええ。
I did.
どうして、
Why?
どうしてそんなこと。
Why would you do that?
どうして
I
そうだ
suppose you would like to know.
な何から
How should I
話
go
すべ
about
きだろう
explaining
ね
this? Amane looked rather calm as he muttered to himself. It seemed like he was giving it some serious thought as he poured some coffee and took a sip. He then nodded as if to signify that the coffee tasted just right. He then raised his head to look at me and began to speak.
アリアはね
You see,
神様
Aria
なんだ
is
よ
God.
え
Or we have some cult shit going on. Huh? She's God. She's God. Like, God? I don't understand. Was I hearing things? Or maybe they're just teasing me. I couldn't understand what he was getting at. So, without even realizing it, I looked over at Aria. However, she didn't return the glance. She said nothing, and instead just held her glass of cafe au lait with the straw in her mouth.
正確には神に最も近い
I
存
guess
在
a
という
more
べきだ
accurate
けれどね
statement would be that she's the closest living being to a god. I watched her throat move as she enjoyed her drink.
人間は誰しも生まれたばかりは
When humans are born, we all look just like the primates we evolved from, do we not?
アリアは違った
Aria, however, was different.
アリア
From
は
the
生
moment
ま
she
れた
was
時から
born, she was just
そ
so
れはもう
beautiful.
筋の通
Her
っ
nose
た
was
鼻
without flaw, her
目
eyes
も
big and
ぱっちり
bright.
と大きかった
When our founder first laid eyes on her,
ソシは
he proclaimed that she was a
この子を見る
child of God.
神
From
の
that day
子
on,
だとおっ
Arya
しゃった
became a symbol of our faith for the other
その日
believers.
からアリアは信徒の皆にとって
Fucking
信仰の対象になったんだ
What in the world is he going on about? I opened my mouth without even realizing it, and frantically tried to think of something to cover up what I just said.
すみません。ソシ。
Excuse me, by founder, you mean
教祖様のことよ。私の両親が
the
信仰して
founder
い
of
た
our
宗教を
sect?
開いた方
In other words, the founder of the religion my parents practiced.
そう天剣会のね
It's known as
私たち
Tenkenkai,
はこの
and we
屋敷で
perform activities
そ
here
の
in the
教義に
residence
基
based
づ
on
く
its
活動を
doctrine.
行う
A certain confidence and pride was radiating from Amane as he said those words. I didn't grow up with any religious upbringing, so maybe there's something I'm missing here. But I just couldn't understand the connection between the religion and the dagger. I was just more confused. Their religion, Tenkenkai. Could it be that the semicircular symbol I saw all over the residence had something to do with this Tenkenkai? Suddenly, a flash of mental clarity hit me as I came back to my senses a bit. Looking closely, I noticed that the same symbol was engraved on the dagger.
つまりお嬢様はその活
So
動で
that
怪我をしてし
means
まったということ
Miss
で
Aria
しょ
is
う
getting
か
hurt because she is participating in those activities?
違うよ
Not quite.
これは怪我
Those
じゃ
aren't
ない
injuries,
施し
they're
だ
donations.
アリアが血を流すことは神の存
Aria
在
is
証
spilling
明
her
であ
blood
り
to prove the existence of
すな
God,
わちそれは
and thus giving salvation to all our believers. Amane continued in a calm tone.
いいかい
Listen,
大いなる
the
神
great
は
God bestowed upon us
我々に
wisdom and morality in
死
our
と
hearts,
道徳
and
のこと
always
を
showed us how
授
we should live and die from the
どう生
heavens.
きどう
However,
死ぬべき
humans
かを
are
いつ
extremely
も天から
pragmatic and
示して
foolish
くださっている
creatures.
我々の生命そのもの
It is
が
evident that the miracle of our
不可思議
lives is a part
神
of
の
God's
領域
domain,
であること
but
が
we
歴然
easily
として
neglect
いて
and forget about what we
目
cannot
に
see
見
with
えぬ
our
も
own
のを可能
eyes.
に不幸な時はなおさらだ
This is
神など
even
いな
more
い
so in times of
そう
great
思うこともあ
misfortune.
るだろ
People start to
うけれ
believe
ど
that there is no God.
アリア
But
の
could
肉
they
体
still
を前に
think
す
that
ればどうだ
after seeing Arya in the flesh?
痛みを感じぬ
What would they think,
神に与えられた
witnessing a
肉
body
体を
bestowed
前
upon
に
her
す
by
れば
God
どう
that
だ
cannot feel pain? To have the
自
child
分
of
のた
God
め
right
に
there
血を流
before
し
their eyes
祈っ
spilling
て
her
くれる
blood,
神の子が
praying
そ
for
ばにい
them.
れば
Imagine how
それ
reassuring
は
that
ど
would
れ
be
ほ
for
ど
them.
心強いだろ
His gentle manner of speaking was actually quite pleasant, and words that up until now would have been impossible to comprehend were now smoothly flowing into my mind. Aria Iwakura is a child of God. Looking at her positively sublime beauty, the idea that she is not a monster actually made more sense. It was pretty strange that it took me this long to come to this conclusion.
うけれどアリアの身だって一つしかないからね多くの信徒一人一人に常に寄り添えるわけ
However,
ではない
Arya has only one body,
だから
so she cannot always be
血や
physically
髪を
present
分け
before
与
her
え
many followers. That's why she will occasionally share her hair and blood.
もしかして手の
So
傷は
that
その
means
血の
this
ため
wound
に
was inflicted so she could bleed for this purpose?
その通り
That's
持ち物
right.
に垂らす
Even a
血一
drop of
滴
her
だって
blood on their
彼ら
belongings
にとっ
is
て
an
は
incredible
大きな
source of
心の
emotional
支えにな
support
る
for them.
信徒が子
When a
供を産
believer
めば
gives birth,
そ
a
の子の
special
ために
baptism
特
is
別な
held for the
洗礼
baby.
式を
We also do
苦しみ
almsgiving
の
for
中に
those
い
who
る
are
者のた
suffering
め
and
に
in
は
pain.
アリアの体につく傷は今日
The
も誰
scars
か
on
が
Arya's
救われ
body
た
indicate
印な
that
ん
someone
だ
was saved that
と
day.
は言っても
That being said, it doesn't seem
もう
like
ほと
there
ん
are
ど残っ
many
てい
left
ない
at
よ
this
うだけれ
point. Following his gaze, I noticed the scabs that had already formed on her palms were beginning to fall off, and the skin beneath was already regrowing. It's almost fully healed.
今日は痛み分けを行ったんだ肌を切ったり切らせたりすることで彼らの苦痛をアリアが引き受ける儀式だよ
Today we performed a pain-sharing ceremony. Arya takes on their pain by cutting her own skin or allowing others to cut it
切
themselves.
らせる
She allows them to cut?
五感の問題よ
It's a
見て
matter
安
of the
心する人
senses.
もいれば
Some
触れて
people
安
feel
心す
better
る
by
人
just
もいる
watching, while others feel better by
その
getting
神
more
父にとって
hands-on.
どの感覚が優位かで施しの
The
方法
way
を
the
変えて
ceremony
いるの
goes is entirely dependent on which of the five senses is the strongest for each believer.
2階のあの部屋はお守りを作る部屋
That room upstairs is
こ
where
こ
we
に来
make
られ
our
ない信徒に
amulets.
も私
I
の
work in
体を
that
分
room
け与
several
えるた
times a
めに
month so that I can share my
月に
body
何度
with
か
those
あ
believers
の
who
部屋
cannot
で
be
作業を
present
している
here. The more I heard of this, the more it sounded like something from another world. I knew it felt like I was in another world when I first came to this house, but I never imagined that there would be another world within that world. Oh my gosh, Zan, it's been forever. How goes? And thank you so much for the 8 months with Prime Gaming. I appreciate it. But how goes, Zan? Yeah, it's been a while. What have you been up to? Busy, I'm guessing. Excuse me. Even though I've been living and working under the same roof, where was I in? What in the world was I doing while Aria was performing these almsgivings? Was I sleeping? Was I busy cleaning?
お客様
The guests.
今まで来られた
Are
お
the
客
guests who
様
have
は
been coming
みん
here
な
all
信徒の方だったんで
believers?
しょうか。
信徒は6割程度かな。
Believers make up
君
about
が来てくれてす
60% of our
ぐに話し
guests.
たことは
What I
決して
told you
嘘
about
じゃ
them
ない
when you first arrived was not a
こ
lie.
こへは私の
Many of
知
the
人
folks who come here are
会社
my
の取引
acquaintances
先の
and
方
business
々や
partners.
その
これで傷のことは分かってくれた？
Do you now understand why I have these
まだ納
wounds?
得でき
Or
な
are
い。
you still not convinced?
あいえ、納得できないなんてことは
It's not a matter of being
ただ
convinced or not.
考えもし
It's
なかっ
just
たこと
so
ば
many
かり
things
で
I never considered
何と
before,
言えばいい
so
の
I
か。
don't even know what to say.
だけどお嬢様が
But
し
what
て
I
いる
do
こと
know
は
is that
す
you're
ごい
doing
って
something incredible, Miss
それだけは
Aria.
分かります。
いちこ
Hyper focused on playing Anne Benar. Days have gone, sleep, work, play Anne Benar, sleep, and repeat for a while. Okay. I don't think I've heard of this game. What's Anne Benar like? And is it new? Conversion mod. Okay. I know EU is Europa Una something. I'm gonna mispronounce that for sure. I have no idea which one Vic 3 is, though. Working on getting it ready. Okay, yeah. Europa Universalis. Victoria? Okay. I'm pretty sure Crusader Kings is the one Jacob will play. I think so. Huh. When you say it's a conversion mod, like, what exactly is it doing? Is it, like, changing the look of things? Is it... I think. Or is it just, like, QOL stuff? Because, like, whenever Ferris and I were, we haven't played in a while. We were playing Civ for a bit. I think it was 4 or 5. I don't remember which one. But we had this QOL mod where it would show you some of the other extra yields you were getting from your spaces, and that wasn't part of the main game. Not playing the world anymore, but a totally different fantasy world. Oh, okay. Very nice. Has its own in-game lore, new system, everything. Oh, okay. I'm guessing then, Zan, is there not really a fantasy game that is like it then? Because, like, I know, again, Ferris found this kind of, like, fantasy Civ game. We still haven't had a chance to, like, look at it and see how everything plays out. Like, I'm guessing there isn't really anything close to what this mod does, right? The gameplay is still you. Okay. The setup's different. Okay. Spent around 3.5K hours in base EU4 already. Hey, if it breathes new life into the game for you, it's good then. Because, like, I'm guessing at some point, like the base game would just get kind of boring. I haven't played EU4. The only one close to that I've played is, like I said, Civ. I'm actually good. Wait, I don't think I have it downloaded. I was gonna check which Civ we have, but I'm pretty sure I uninstalled. Never mind, there it is. Civ 6. I have Civ 6. So that is the only one I've played. Had around 4 years where I didn't play at all. Mm-hmm. It does become stale after a while. Exactly. Because, like, I don't know if it plays like Civ 6. Like, I don't know if a lot of the systems are going to be similar to Civ 6. Because, like, really, even if you decide to go for a different victory condition every single time, it probably gets stale after a while still. It's hard to say with a game. It's hard to say if a simpler game is going to become stale faster than something with more complicated gameplay. Blech. Ichiko.
それだけ理解してくれれば
Understanding that is all I could ask of you. As people, our instinct is to fear that which we do not understand. We do not deny that fear. Which is why I have kept quiet about this until now. If you're going to work here long term, I would eventually need to tell you. But I did not want to cause you unnecessary anguish. That is also why the Tenkenkai does not perform its activities in the public eye. Unlike other religions, what happens here is no mere consolation. Civ 6 is stale way earlier. Audrey went down the modding rabbit hole with that one. Civ system's kind of flawed in a way mods cannot fix. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. 1.1K hours though. Again, it was entertaining for a bit. Because I know Ferris will occasionally come back to it. Like, he will constantly, well, not constantly, every so often, he'll, like, play Civ 6 for a bit and be like, I'm done with this. And then come back a few months later and be like, I feel the Civ itch again. I'm so sorry. Bleh. There is only one child of God who has been sent down to earth from the heavens, and that is none other than Aria Iwakura. That is the answer to everything. Love how RPGs and strategy games are measured extremely different in playtime. Civ 6 with over 1k hours is meh. You love KCD. KCD 2 didn't even get beyond 100 hours. Nothing wrong with that. You could even say that for like a bunch of games. Like not just RPGs and strategy games. Like I'm pretty sure there have been some short like platforming games that have been fun, as well as longer platforming games. Replayability factor? Maybe? The thing is, you can have a good game without it being replayable. Like trying to think here. I guess the best example I would have right now is Silksong. Like I have been enjoying Silksong. It has been frustrating at times because it's like the bosses have been difficult. But I think the main reason why I wouldn't replay it is because of the bosses. Like I've beaten it once. That is enough of a victory for me. But like the music has been good, the art has been good, the gameplay has been good. Like, do I think it's better than Hollow Knight? No. No, I don't. But it's still a good game on its own. Whereas like the replayability for that, for me, it's like, yeah, the story is never good the second time because you already know what's happening. Like there's no big surprises anymore. And you'll have a little bit more knowledge about where everything is and like patterns, enemy patterns. So it's not as much of a grind as the first playthrough. And again, because you know where like items are, you can make sure you have good equipment before you try bosses for the second time. I think modding does help something like Hollow Knight though. Whereas like I love doing randos in Hollow Knight. I'm never going to rando Silksong. As soon as I 100% Silksong, I'm done. That's it. They are going to come out with extra content and I'll play that when that comes out, but that's about it. I'm not playing it again. That doesn't make it a bad game though. That evening, since Amane had gone out and Aria went to bed early, I found myself sitting in front of the Dahlia painting I was working on. A child of God. Thinking back over my time in the residence, there were many times where I felt that something was off or just plain eerie. That's right. There were those bloody sheets in the trash. I guess that wasn't a dead animal after all. It was Miss Aria's blood. I guess all of these different entrances into this other world. I guess all of these were different entrances into this other world I found myself in. That's a weird sentence. I don't know if it's just me. What? Coffee done. Goodbye, coffee. Another one of those was, without a doubt, the hidden room. If he was always able to explain it with such calm and care, you should have just told me about it from the beginning. Although, if he did that right after I got here, I would have probably gotten spooked and ran away. I guess he was right to wait until now.
とりあえずこれからも今まで通り
For
働く
now,
こ
at
とはで
least,
きそう
I
だ
should
し
be able to keep working like I always have. I never expected things to go in this direction. Now that I know about all of these things I was in the dark about, there's no way things will be the same. The fears and worries I had about Aria being something that wasn't human faded away, but in their place arose new, very real concerns about the situation.
それで私は
What am
これ
I
からどうした
supposed
ら
to do from now on?
そもそも私みたいな普通
Is
の
it
人
even
間が
acceptable for a
お嬢様
totally
に
normal
近づいて
person
いい
like
も
me
の
to
な
get
のでしょう
close
か
with you, Miss Aria?
もちろんよ。私の宗教
Of
的な立
course.
場と
My
一子は
religious
一切
standing
関係ない
has
のだ
absolutely
から。
nothing to do with you,
何
Ichiko,
もかも
so
これ
you
ま
don't
で
have
通
to
りで
change a
構わない
thing.
わ。私が昼まで寝ていても
I'd be
態度
happy
だけが
just
理
knowing
由じゃ
that you
ないと分か
understand
っ
the
てくれ
reason
て
I
も
slept
それ
past
でい
noon
い。
sometimes isn't just because I'm lazy.
今もそんな風には思って
I
ない
never
で
once
すけ
thought
ど
you were being lazy.
本当かしら。
Really? That smile feels more like her usual self.
私からはお願いする仕
I
事
may be
が少
asking
し
you
増
to
え
do
る
some
かもし
additional
れない。
things around the house,
と言っても
mainly cleaning and
来
tidying up the
客後の
room
部屋
after
の
our
片
guests
付けや
leave.
掃除程度だよ。仕事の予定管理を円滑に進めるために
I explained the situation to Akari quite early on so that she could help me manage my work schedule more
それでこれ
efficiently.
までは手伝ってもらって
That's
い
why
た
she has been helping out like this.
イチコ
And
君に
now
も
I could
やっ
finally
と
tell you
話せた
too,
ことですね。
Ichiko.
もちろん慣れるまでには少し時
I'm
間
sure
が
it will
かかる
take
だ
you
ろうけれ
some
ど
time to get used to it,
今後
but
は
if I
少
could
しずつ
start
でも
asking
お
things
願
of you
いでき
here
る
and
と
there, it
助か
would
る
be
よ
a huge help. I took a deep breath. When all was said and done, even if I found out all of the secrets hidden in this place, it's not like anything was going to really change for me. While it was true that I was stuck in a strange situation, knowing what was going on has eliminated much of the fear I had. My heart isn't quite as heavy anymore. Even if their methods are peculiar, they're doing everything for the sake of helping people. I don't want to see Miss Aria cut herself like that again, though. It's also really creepy that she has to give her hair and blood to people. There's no doubt in my mind that Miss Aria has some kind of special power, so it's no surprise that people are drawn to that.
疲れた
I'm exhausted. My thought process suddenly stopped, and words started spilling out of my mouth. That's enough of that for today. More than enough, in fact. I just have to turn my brain off and face my canvas. I feel like I should be resting instead of painting, but whatever. Besides, I don't feel all that sleepy yet.
そうだあれやってみようか
I
な
know. Maybe I should try that. I decided that I would paint over the dahlia's petals that I already completed, which would thicken them up and give them a sort of three-dimensional effect. Yes, it is a visual novel. So, yeah, this game has been a little bit slower than I figured because there's so much reading. And I'm trying to make sure, you know, I don't kill my throat and that I can, you know, breathe properly. I feel like with my asthma, sometimes it's all like breathe. Take your breaks. This is a game from one of the Spooktimbers goals, Zan. It's not what I expected it to be. It definitely has this weird element because we just figured out that they think Aria is a god and they basically have a religion based around her. Like, really, guys? Really? But when I first like heard about this game and saw like the trailer and all that, I figured there would be some sort of like murder or something, like serial murder, but Like, it's been good. Not the kind of vibe I think I was going for, but it's still been good. Like, I'm gonna finish it. Then after this one, I am doing the Dark Pictures one. Don't worry. Don't worry. Excuse me. I don't even remember what all I have left. Silent Hill 2 as well. I always, the plan always was to do Silent Hill 2 last though, because it is going to take forever. Doubt you would worry anyway. I do feel like a lot of the games from this Spooktember that we've been playing have been more atmospheric than last year's. I think a lot of the spookiness will come into the Dark Pictures and Silent Hill game. So we're gonna get all of the spook at the same time. And I guess Observation Duty, I still haven't done that one. That one will be a little spooky too, because it'll actually have kind of jump scares, I believe. I think the art book I was reading called this technique Ampertman or something like that. I mixed a bunch of colors together and painted the petals a deep crimson. Jump scares? Guess you'll stay away from that one then. I know some of the later Observation Duty ones do. I don't think I've seen much gameplay from the first one, but it's basically like a spooky spot the difference. So like sometimes it'll be there's an item missing, an item has moved. Sometimes there will be a shadow in the window of like a figure. I don't know if there will actually be, because I know when I watched Alyssa do one at some point, she literally had this person's face in the camera, like, because like you have different cameras in a house or like a building that you're watching. And so when she was flipping to one of them, there was literally like an anomaly's face in the camera. Like that kind of jump scare. It's all like, okay, I'm looking through my camera. It's like, oh shit, a face. Like those kind of jump scares. That's a nice color. A big dahlia was blooming on my canvas. Even if you clip it, it will beautifully bloom once again. Something that doesn't die even when it is cut down. It's like Miss Aria. In that case, I need to do more. The petals were pure red, like the blood that runs through the veins of her beautiful body. The shadows were a deep green, just like the color of her favorite dress. More. More. The canvas was dry soil, and my brush the watering can. In due time, plants sprout from the moistened soil, buds form from those stems, and then flowers bloom. That should do it. My very first oil painting. I've been so worried about it, how long it would take to finish a piece, ever since I got these supplies. I started painting tonight around 8 o'clock. Now it's just before midnight. Up until today, I thought it could easily take more than a month to finish it. Yet I somehow finished in just 4 hours.
Ichiko?
Ichiko?
お嬢様
Miss Aria.
完成したのね、ダリアの絵。
You finished your dahlia painting.
きた花だわ。すごく
It's
綺
just like a
麗。
real flower.
花
How
びらが
beautiful.
一枚一枚。
The petals look like you could just pluck them off one by one.
これが初めての油絵だなん
I
て
can't
信じ
believe
られ
that
ない。
this is your first oil
ま
painting.
だ1週間程度で
It's
しょ。
only been a week, hasn't it?
すごいわ。
Incredible,
いちこ。
Ichiko. Aria's eyes lit up as she stared at my finished work. I felt a sense of relief as I looked over at her, but I didn't feel that sense of elation that would make me want to jump for joy. I really wonder if things can be like they were before. Will I be able to talk to her like I did before I knew everything about what was going on? My image of the girl who made soup for me and waited by my side until I woke up felt so far away, like it was about to disappear. Why am I feeling like this? I should be relieved now that I know everything that's going on.
この絵に合う額を注文しなくっちゃ。
I'll need to order a frame for
どこに
this.
飾るのがいいかしら。
I wonder where I should hang it. The cut on her palm is completely gone.
傷が気になる。
Were you curious about the wound?
平気よ。もう治ったわ。
It's fine. It's all healed up now. Why are religious figures so often in either black or white? I don't know. That is a good question. She even... Because, like, we did see her walk-in closet earlier on. Like, as soon as you walk into her walk-in closet, there's a whole bunch of different dresses that she's gotten as gifts, and they're a whole different range of colors. But then they're in the closet, there's also this separate, like, mini closet. Like, you open a door, and it's just full of her white dress. And she even said, like, this is my uniform. Yeah, I don't get it either. You're, say, priest dressed in all colors of the rainbow. I think they should just be allowed to wear whatever they want. As long as it doesn't, you know, make people uncomfortable. Like, how would you feel if you came to your church and your priest was wearing, like, essentially lingerie? Like, I think it should be whatever color they want, as long as it, like, makes sense as well. Like, they don't wear anything too revealing, but they also don't need to, like, cover everything up. Like, they don't need, like, long sleeved high collar. They don't need to cover up every single piece of skin. I wonder if you stepped into a Belkalel cult? I have no idea what that is. I don't think I've ever heard of that term before. Is that basically a sex cult? She had her palms and arms on full display before me. I couldn't find a single trace of a wound.
あれほど深い傷でも
Even a really deep wound like that will completely heal in a
綺麗
day.
でしょ。
Beautiful, isn't it?
はい、本当に
Yes, it really is.
ちょっとした跡もなくて
There's not even a trace of any
全部夢
scars.
だったみたい。
It's almost like it was all a dream.
まあ、いちこが知りたいと言うから
I
見せた
showed
の
you because you wanted to know
夢だったこと
everything,
にされてしまう
but
の
it's unfortunate that it
心
was
配だ
all
わ。
just a dream for you. The demon of lustfulness with unconsentful participants within the TRPG play. Oh, okay. So yeah, you're essentially saying a sex cult. Although that would probably be the better of all of the other ones. Actually no, unconsentful. No, that's still pretty bad. I don't remember this or not. Oh my, I showed you because you wanted to know everything. It's unfortunate that it was all just a dream for you.
ねえ、ハサミかナイフはある？現実だってもう
One
一度
of
見せてあげ
your
る。
players got a scar with heifer symbol on his back 1.5 years ago. That was an interesting adventure. Is this in-game or IRL? I hope this is in-game. I'd be more concerned. Okay. It's hard to say. You never know. People do crazy shit like that IRL too. Hey, do you have a knife or scissors handy? I'm happy to show you again if that it's all very real. IRL my players. Okay, you got a point. I'm guessing this adventure involved a mind flayer. Please knock it off. It's not a dream. Not a single thing about it is a dream.
そう？認めるならいいけど。
Really? That's fine as long as you're being honest.
血を見るのは
Is
そんな
seeing
に怖い
blood really that scary for you?
怖いというか
It's not that I'm scared,
どう
it
しても痛
just
そうで
looks so painful.
本当に
It
痛くないん
really
です
doesn't
か
hurt at all?
ええ、全く。
Nope, not in the slightest.
じゃあ他の感覚は
What about your other
熱いとか
senses? Do you
冷たいとか
feel hot and cold? Okay, yes, this is what I was wondering about. Does she feel temperature?
触覚はあるし、温度もわかるわ。だから、こうし
Though
て手を取れば。
in our world those don't exist. It's not D&D after all. We wouldn't need to work if we had IRL D&D. Actually, work would be different if D&D was, you know, real. You know, taverns, adventures, magicians, bards, you know, it'd look a little different. I have my sense of touch so I can feel temperature. For example, if I take your hand,
いちこのすべすべした柔らか
I
い
can
肌
feel
も
your soft, smooth
ろう
skin,
そくの芯みたいな
your
体
body
温
temperature, which feels like a candle wick.
私にはただ
Pain just
痛み
doesn't
だけに
exist for
存
me.
在しないの。
Strange, isn't it? If your wizard is, say, character, you guess you never work again. Well, you would probably work as an actual adventurer, you know? And I'm trying to think what DSA stands for. Because it's not Baldur's Gate. I've never heard of that. Is it just basically another D&D-esque game like Baldur's Gate? Try to get English audience back in the early 2000s. Oh, okay, so you can't... I probably couldn't even get it if I tried. with the dark. Like, I'm guessing the English version of DSA is the dark eye, right? I figured out what I was trying to say. I made it. Aria tightly grasped both of my hands as she said this, almost as if she was playing with them. English already had D&D, not many hopped on. Oh, okay. It's still mainly German. Okay, so it is still a tabletop then. Not an actual, like, video game. Okay. So you could say it's almost like, oh my gosh. I know Ferris was looking into Pathfinder, which is another tabletop. It's just, it does its character system a little different than D&D. And I know he said he really likes the character system. Like, he loves it so much more. It's just more of getting the people to try it out, you know? Because people are so used to D&D. Her long thumbs touched the back of my hands and her pink, transparent nails. Her hands were so special, cold and white. And I wonder if it's even okay for me to touch them. Even if it isn't, I don't want to let go, but...
ねえ、いちこ。
Hey, Ichiko?
明日からも
Will you still be here tomorrow? You're not going to leave, are you?
お嬢様
Miss
もちろ
Aria.
んです
Of course I'll be here. I'm the one who said I'll be here for autumn and winter and long after that, too.
でも気が変わるかと。
Something's different about you.
そんな
No way. If I can live here doing what I've always done, even if I have to do some extra tasks, that is enough for me. With how many tabletops you already play, you wouldn't say DSA is your favorite. It's one where you found the best group in terms of sticking together. Oh, okay. But like, if you were you able to get your DSA group to play D&D as well? Or if 4 players stayed together for 10 years? Shit. See, that's the thing though. You only have 4 players. I think that's where you succeeded. Like, as soon as you start like going up and up and up in players, it's almost impossible to get the group together.
So, だったらよかった。
You're 5 now, but number 5 and 6 come and go. Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, scheduling issues. I don't know how many different tryouts you had over the time. Rule is if only one person is missing, still play without them. Fair. Like, do you have that rule when you have 5 people or even when it was still just the 4 of you? Because, like, it is kind of hard to play when there is only 3 of you. I see. And I'm glad to hear it. What's that, Ferris? I let that slip as I let her go of my hands.
何
I'm guessing you meant to put that somewhere else. But still, it is just a feat on your group's part, Zan, to for the group to keep playing for that long, to stick together. Nearly never were 4 people at the same time. When we were, we only played with everyone there. Oh, okay. What is it? It's nothing. I see. I'll be going back to bed then. It really is a wonderful painting. Maybe I'll hang it in the dressing room. Yeah, we do have a D&D group. Ferris and I. Actually, we technically have 2 D&D groups. But it's like, one has too many players, so it's been like impossible to get people together. And then like the other one has like the perfect amount of players. But it's like the best time to meet is for that group is during the weekday after work. So for some people it's all like stuff will come up, like one of them has a kid, so he has to sometimes take care of the kid, and there are just some days where some people are like, it's been fucking busy, I don't want to deal with people, so like work was busy, I don't want to deal with people, so people don't want to deal with D&D, or like other things come up, family, chores, errands, like it's hard. She's leaving. The reason this painting turned out so beautiful is because I was thinking of her. I wanted to tell her this before she left the room. However, a shade of red. I looked at the canvas again and immediately decided to keep quiet. Because I realized that the color choices I made for this piece were heavily influenced by the blood I watched her spill. I collected my thoughts and came to the conclusion that this was nothing I should be praised for. She said that she cuts herself, and sometimes people cut her. The moment I muttered those words, the image of one of their believers, the man rubbing his face against Ari's leg, flashed in my mind. I totally forgot about that. Why am I remembering this again? Without even realizing it, I was scratching my head like crazy. Aria did say that some people feel better by just watching, while others feel better by getting more hands-on. If that man really was a believer, then I guess that's what she meant by hands-on. But still, even though I know the reason behind it, I just can't bring myself to accept it. I think I'll clean up for now. That was his son. True. Beautiful, Zan. Beautiful. Desperate to distract myself, I filled a can with brush cleansing oil and spent the rest of the night tending to my art supplies. I awoke to clear blue skies the next morning. I had this vague, unexplainable anxiety before bed, but when I woke up, I had a feeling that this morning might be unlike any other so far. Don't paint you in colors of blood or you'll feel bad. really, if you're painting someone in the colors of blood, they better be wearing clothes that are close to that color, or else it's all like, am I murdering this person? Am I making a picture of this person, you know, in a murder scene? And yeah, it'd be all like, this don't seem right. I can't paint anyways. Because I did take art class in high school, and painting felt weird to me. I don't know. I looked up at the ceiling, then looked around the room. The walls were the same colors as before, and there wasn't a single thing around me that was different from how it was yesterday. Yesterday was more or less a day off, as was the day before. I need to make up for it today. It's too early to run the vacuum cleaner, so I'll clean the other stuff first. Blood only is beautiful after it started oxidizing. I'm trying to way too bright before. So like, you mean when it starts drying, right? My nose is so itchy. Ugh. Okay, towels are good to go. Cool. The paint looks like it's pretty dry now. After I checked it up close, I took a few steps back to take in the entire painting all at once. From this angle, it looks like I did a pretty good job. It's actually kind of cool that my first ever oil painting is of a dahlia. I could feel a smile coming on, which put me in a good mood as I cleaned up the room. I really want to give this room a full cleaning before I start on my next piece. I'll just move some of the lighter furniture a bit. That was close. The drawer almost. I quickly grabbed the drawer that had started to slide out and let out a sigh of relief. All of this furniture is really expensive, so I need to be very careful about scratching it. With that in mind, I grabbed a book that was now sticking out of one of the drawers. It's sheet music, but it's meant for kids. I wonder if Miss Aria used to play piano. Or maybe the violin, perhaps? Oh, there's another photo in here. I guess Aria really likes to use photos as bookmarks. How adorable. I wonder when this was taken. Seems like kids used to come over and play back in those days. But looking closer, it seems like there's a bit of an age gap here. I flipped the picture over and discovered a little bird drawn in black ink on the back. My precious bluebird was also written. This art has some real charm to it. I wonder who drew it. There's no way it was Miss Aria, right? I really need to give my own room a good cleaning sometimes. I've hardly ever used the storage. Wait, there's something inside here. Monopoly. It looks pretty old. I wonder if the staff used to get together and play. Do I see gameplay in your visual novel? It's hardly even gameplay. Hardly. Like, I think all of these other rooms are optional. I'm pretty sure the ones in red you have to go to, but I like seeing what other things you can learn. Miss Aria is sound asleep. Everything that transpired over the past 2 days really did happen. Seeing her beautiful face as she lies there sleeping makes me feel like everything up until now has been a dream. I'm so confused. I need to clear my mind a little more. Like, I would even argue that 2 blankets and 3 pillows could be your bed. What was it called? I would say Doki Doki Literature Club has more gameplay than this. Because, like, you actually do stuff with Doki Doki Literature Club.
Ah,
Oh, they are quite persistent, aren't they? I didn't think to knock at this time of day. Sorry. I saw Mani on the phone and quickly bowed my head as I started to duck out of the room. However, he raised his hand and signaled to me like he wanted me to come in.
わかった。
Okay, I'll check the documents and send them to you. Please tell him to wait until then. Right, thank you.
あまねさんすみません。
Excuse me, Mr. Mane. I didn't think to knock this early.
党に電話で起こさ
I
れてい
had
た
to
し
be up to take this
構わない
call,
よ
so it's no problem.
私は
I'm
下に
heading
降りるから
downstairs, so
掃
now
除を
would be a
済ま
good
せる
time
が
to finish
今のうち
cleaning. With that, Hamane smiled at me and left the room. I guess he's working in the study today. I was going to put it off until later, but after hearing that, I might as well get some dusting done. There's so much dust in there, even though I clean this room almost every day.
いた。
Ouch.
もう何？
What was that? I looked down to see what suddenly knocked me on the head and discovered a small box on the floor. I hope there's not more fingernails or something like that in here. Remembering all of the events that happened until now, I cautiously opened the box.
す
Wow,
ごい。
these are incredibly extravagant rings.
こ
Are
れ
these
ルビーかな？
rubies? There were 2 rings in there. One ring was adorned with a large red stone, and the other had a small red stone embedded in it. Could these be engagement rings? It certainly seems like Mr. Amane and Miss Yoshino were dating, so maybe he's planning on asking her to marry him. They could be from his previous wife as well. Those damn dwarves. Better than diamonds. Fucking diamonds are ugly. Hi. Cat break. Come here. Oh, just don't get caught. Oh, you're sharp. Your nails need a trimming. Are you stuck? Totally are stuck in my dress, aren't you? Calm down. Okay. I can't really pick you up while I'm wearing this. You get stuck. I want to see on my keyboard, man. How are you supposed to make a bubble bath? I'd love to prepare one for Miss Aria sometime. Because, yeah, it seems like... Yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't always like to be held for too long anyways, so it kind of works out. I think she prefers to be a lap cat when she's at my desk. No, she gets very impatient if I hold her for too long. And she usually can last only like a minute or two. What if you were a lap cat? You want to be a lap cat? Calm down. Yeah, lap cat. Oh, she approves. Never like being held up as well, so I she gets. Okay, so the thing with her though is she really likes being up high. Like she loves heights. We will not constantly. If we let her get away with anything, she would chill on top of our cupboards if she could, because she definitely does that. But as soon as we see her try to do that, it's like, no, get the fuck down. You're not allowed up there. So yeah, there have been times when I'm wearing something where she doesn't get caught, and I'll have her like slung over my shoulder, like so that she can be a little higher, and she'll sit there for a decent amount of time. You need to be tall, kitty cat. Like it was to the high ground natural for many predators like cats, I guess. But whereas like if you compare her to our other cat, Tesla doesn't really jump up on the cat towers anymore. It's not something he does. Like, because like I have a cat tower beside my desk. When we first got this tower, they were basically fighting over it. They were fighting over who could sit on the top. Like, it got to the point where we got them a second one. And like if Tesla sits in these, there's actually it's like there's a spot she can sit on the top, but then like in the middle of it there is actually like shelves so that they can like sit inside the tower. If Tesla sits on this tower, he sits on the bottom inside one. He doesn't sit on top like he used to. I don't know if that's an old cat thing, because like he is getting up there. Yeah, he basically doesn't sit on top of things anymore. The highest he will go is our bed. Which fair. We sleep there. He loves cuddling us while we sleep. Whereas like for her, yeah, she will occasionally sit in the one like on top by me. But I think she does prefer the taller ones. Like I haven't had it in this corner for a while, but like for the longest time we've had a cat tower in this corner, and it's almost as tall as me, and she loves sitting on top of that thing. But there's also Ferris has a really tall dresser, and we have a cat bed on that for her. She loves sitting in that too. Oh yeah, she loves being tall. I really should be reading more of that book on oil painting. I didn't really grasp much of it at first, but it might make more sense now. There's a list of art galleries, art schools, and art supply stores. I'd love to visit some of these places one day. That's right, my apron. I ruined one with all the blood, and I worry about ruining them when I'm painting. I wonder if they'll give me a few more. It seems like there's a nice breeze. I'll go ahead and open the window. It's so clear outside. Hmm? I can see a mountain off in the distance. Could that be Mount Fuji? I never noticed it before. It's really amazing that you can see Mount Fuji from this room. Honestly, I think her bed has too many pillows. I could not sleep with that many pillows. Too many. One is enough. Yeah. I'm gonna have more than one pillow for myself. The rest is gonna be decorative. I'm... And that's the thing. Growing up, I definitely was a I need 2 pillows kind of person. But now, 1 pillow's enough. We got a raid! Hold on, I actually have a tab to close that. Beef, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. If you're new here, my name's Lilith Darkheart, but you can just call me Lilith. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I'll do stuff like Silk Song, Phasmophobia, Rune Factory. Welcome in, Zombies Were People Too. This is a beefy apple raid or whatever. Very nice, very nice. But how goes, Beef? How was the Silk Song? I can still watch you Silk Song because I'm pretty sure I'm ahead of you still. Yes, today we're playing a visual novel called Iwakura Aria. It's been interesting. I thought it was going to be more spooky vibe, but it's more of a fucked up vibe. For context, the character I play is a live-in housemaid for the Iwakura family. Losing my mind, pretty sure you're missing a crest and you can't find it. I might know which crest you're missing. Actually, if you really, really want to know, DM me which ones you have. And if I think I know which one you're missing, I can tell you when approximately you can get it. But, like, if you don't want to know, then I'm not going to tell you. You know? But yes, we are live-in maid for the Iwakura family. And the daughter, Aria, we have just learned she cannot feel pain. She heals really fucking fast. Like, she basically took a knife to... Hold on, it might be easier to show here. Basically from here to here, and it took a day to heal. She has not aged since 16, and she's 33, I believe she said she was. So yeah, cannot feel pain, heals really fast, hasn't aged. You're all thinking vampire, aren't you? I think she's a vampire, but hasn't been confirmed nor denied yet. But because of all of this, there is basically a religious cult centered around her because they think she is a child of God. So yeah, I thought it was going to be like serial murder vibes. And we actually go crazy religious cult vibes. Escape programs put their dream wife into the game. Okay, Zan, the only thing is, there has been some suggestions that the main character is actually falling for Aria. So it's not even like regular straight stuff. It's all like some little girl on woman action. I think it's Act 1, maybe you're missing one there and you're just crazy. Suggestions, even you can tell this guy. Yeah. Some of it is subtle. Some of the interactions between Aria and Ichiko are definitely subtle, but yeah. You can, after like going through it, you can definitely get the vibe that Ichiko is falling for Aria. Who knows if it's the same for Aria or not? Because like we don't have Aria's inner monologues. We only have ours. And we have a stove now as well. Hello, stove. How goes? Gosh. Hey, our dog. Dog. Oh, dang. That should be good for now. Mr. Ramani is awake, so I hope I can get breakfast ready pretty quickly. I wonder if Sui's here yet. As I made my way down to the kitchen to check, I crossed paths with him as he was coming up the stairs. Yes, the dog is so cute. I'm guessing the emotes are actually based on Minty's actual dog, right? Vibing, finished work. I'm gonna play the bug game. Oh, heck yes. Good choice, good choice. Hold on, I need to check something. Yes, Ferris is still busy. There. I'm trying to remember if I asked you last time, Stove, how far you are in Silksong. And if you did, where you said you are. I don't think I did, so how far are you? Am I ahead of you still? Even though it's been taking me forever to do some fucking bosses, because they're just... I will still reiterate, Silksong has been fun. It has been a good game. Some of the bosses are frustratingly hard. Some of them have been hard but fun. Like... yeah. Oh, Mr. Ramane, I'm on my way to the kitchen to check on breakfast. It's okay, I'll pass on breakfast today. I actually have to get going very shortly. In that case, I will check if there's anything you could easily eat in the car. No need. I actually don't have much of an appetite. Besides, there's something else I want to ask of you. I apologize for the sudden request, but could I ask you to clean the preparation room today? Amane tapped his finger on the wall as he made this request. The room was hidden in the empty space between Amane's room and Aria's room, where I watched Aria inflict that deep wound in her arm. Preparation room, so that's what they call it. I'm sure blood got all over the floor back then. I wonder what they're using that room for this time. This is a sacred place where we make those amulets that Aria told you about yesterday. It is incredibly hard to keep clean when you have blood splattering all over the place and nail clippings falling on the floor. I do whatever I can, but oftentimes feel like it's not enough. That's why I would be very grateful if I could get your assistance. We only talked about this yesterday, so this feels really sudden. I honestly would prefer to never go back in that room, but if I don't shape up, they might start feeling like they don't need me anymore. I think the reason why Mr. Ramani went through the trouble of explaining things so thoroughly was because he wanted me to be able to clean up anything and everything. Understand. I'll give it as thorough a cleaning as I can. Thanks, you're a big help. I'll be sure to add a bonus to your salary for this. My face twitched a bit seeing him smile like that, but I said I would do the job, and now I have to do it. I went to the front door with Amane to see him off, then decided to make my way back upstairs. I wonder if a day will come when I'll get used to that room in the same way I gradually got used to the rest of the things in the house. No, I don't think it's something I ever want to actually get used to. Why is the air so thick and heavy in here? I'm sure a window would help, but I don't think that's the real problem here. My body stiffened up as I noticed that I was surrounded by walls that would hurt me if I brushed against them. I couldn't find any traces of blood after glancing around the room. I guess he already cleaned up the floor and desk. I guess with how things are now, it wouldn't be too surprising if he just offloaded all this on me. Thinking about how much Amane was considering the burden he would be placing on me was quite a sobering thought. Honestly, a miracle that I'm even able to work under someone like him. Instead of overthinking all of this, I should just be thankful and put my best foot forward. Where do I even start in here? Maybe I should do some dusting first? Even though I was filled with nerves, I carefully brushed off the dust from a safe distance. I wonder if these guns are real, and if so, what do they even use them for? I can make sense of the knives and needles, but I can't imagine they would shoot her. Right. They aren't shooting her, right? Aria did tell me that she could die if the injury was extremely severe. Thinking about that, it was pretty hard to imagine that everything in this room was there for the sole purpose of wounding her. These are some sewing shears? I know they're just scissors, but seeing them in this room gives me the chills. You like this room? Because of all of the guns and swords everywhere? Chills? Good morning, Ichiko. It is pretty neat that it is a hidden room. I don't know, just something about hidden rooms just makes everything so exciting. I want a hidden room. Miss Aria, what are you doing here? I heard a noise coming from here while I was in the dressing room. What are you doing in here? A toolbox for some dungeons. Cleaning up. Mr. Amane asked me to take care of it. I see. Sheesh, this must be quite a pain for you. If you never found out about this room, you wouldn't have to clean it. I'm sure I would have stumbled across it eventually, so I'm glad I had it all properly explained to me at this point. I'm sure it must have been inconvenient for Mr. Amane too, having rooms that he couldn't ask me to clean. I feel like I'm finally doing everything he originally hoped I could do, so I'm going to give it my all. You have a good attitude about this. Very well. I'll be heading back to my room. I'm still a little sleepy. Of course. Miss Aria, could I ask you something? Are these guns real? Yes, of course. We don't use them much, though. Did you want to try one out? Oh, no, of course not. I was just curious, that's all. I can't imagine they would actually shoot you with these, right? You really are a curious one. I thought you might have learned by now. Come on. I figured you would die if they actually shot you. My father collects these guns. We don't use them, but for me, getting stabbed and getting shot are the same thing. Why do you think it would be different? I just thought, you know. As I figured, it's like you still don't really understand how my body works. You can give it a try if you want. That which we can't comprehend by seeing, we can comprehend by touching, or by experiencing. Here, use this. I don't know. I agree with Ichiko. I feel like a knife wound and a bullet wound are just fundamentally different. It's not the same thing. I don't know. Aria handed me a pair of scissors she grabbed from the shelf and presented them to me with the grip facing toward me. What does she mean by giving it a try? She's saying to cut her, come on.
ほら、これで私
Go
を好
on,
きに刺して
stab
み
me
て。
however you want with these.
実際にやってみれば
Once you actually
大した
try
こ
it,
とじゃない
you
の
will
わかるはず
understand
よ。
that it's no big deal.
そうすれば
That way,
余計
you
な
won't
心
have to
配をする
needlessly
ことも
worry
なく
about
なる。
things anymore. Yep, our Ed.
施しに立ち会わせるつもりはないけれど、
I swear it's a
今後何か
trope
目に
to
する
have
こ
the
ともある
MC
と
be
思う。
super dense.
そういう時、自分が経験していれば、何を見たってきっと平気よ。
I have no intention of having you be present for almsgiving, but I think you'll probably witness some things in the future. If you experience it for yourself, then you won't be troubled when you see it later.
そんな、私できません。見るのとするのじゃ話が。
No, wait. I can't do that. Seeing and doing are quite...
こんなこと、誰にで
You
も許
know,
すわ
I
けじゃない
don't
のよ。
let just anyone do this to me.
信徒だって
Even if they're a
否定学以
believer,
上を寄
they
付した
cannot
もの
touch
し
me
か
unless they donate a
私
certain
には触れ
amount
られないのよ。
or more.
お金を取ってるんですか？
What? You take money from them?
あら、嫌な言い方ね。
My, that did not sit well with you. Of course
私
we
も生き
take
ていかな
money.
きゃならないの。
I have to make a living
あり
too,
が
you
たがられ
know.
るだけでは、
Gratitude
この屋
alone
敷を
doesn't
維持
keep
する
this
ことは
place
できない
running.
わ。それで、どうするの？
Well,
いちこは
what will it
芸術
be?
家だもの。
as an,
どんな
id-
感覚
as an
か
artist,
本
I'm
当は
sure
気
you
に
must
なる
be
はずよ。
curious about what it feels like. Is for good reason. It's easier if you tell your audience something rather than showing. Telling them they get it. Telling them if they get it makes it feel weird, so MC gotta be dumb. Not everyone is going to think the same things, kind of deal. Artist. I can't help but respond to a sweet sound that tugs on my heartstrings like that. She doesn't feel pain, and the wound would heal right away. If it really is as she says, then maybe it really isn't such a big deal? That which we can't comprehend by seeing, we can comprehend by touching or by experiencing.
これって
Okay,
どこをどう
where and
挟
how
め
should
ば
I
いいん
cut
でしょ
in?
挟む？
Cut in?
まさか
Do
私
you
の
want to
体を
cut
紙
me
み
up
たい
like a
に
piece
切
of
るつもり？
paper?
面白そうだけれど。刺す方がきっと
Yes,
楽よ。
yes, a choice! That's normal for
Oh,
visual
yeah.
novels. What are you talking
Mm.
about? I'm pretty sure that's also super common for visual novels. You'll get choices. Well, that does sound interesting. Stabbing would definitely be the best. Here, just grab the handle like this. Yes. Aria gently placed one hand on top of mine, while the one holding the scissors was slightly trembling. I didn't know if that was out of fear or sheer curiosity. My heart was pounding. It was beating so hard I couldn't stand it. The tension I was feeling was like nothing I ever experienced before.
一応ビニールシートを
Should I
敷いて
put a
おく？
plastic sheet down?
あちこちに血が
It's
つく
going
と
to be a nightmare
片
to
付けが
clean
大
if
変だ
blood
から。
gets everywhere.
刺すなら膝の上あたりがいいわ。骨には少し気をつけて。砕けて歪
For
むのは
stabbing,
嫌。
the area above my knee is
まっす
best.
ぐな足が気に入って
Just
い
be a
る。
little careful of the bone. I love my straight legs, so I don't want them to shatter or bend. Aria then pulled her long skirt up above her knees and sat down on the bed she had just covered with the plastic sheet. Don't tell me where to stand. Well, she's probably saying that because, like, it's fattier there. You're unlikely to hit something major as well. Like, as long as you don't stab the side of the leg, like, probably, like, straight up top. Her skin is so thin. Being this skinny, I feel like I'll hit her bone immediately. Where is the best spot? This part seems a little soft, so maybe around there?
そこにするの？
Is that the spot? I wonder what stabbing someone's flesh is going to feel like. Maybe stabbing flesh is like stabbing chicken with a fork? You'd go for other places? Oh? Like what, the butt? There's not a lot there. Because yeah, you don't really want to go for the stomach, because, you know, major things there. Gotta be careful around the chest as well. Like, you could go for the arm, but I feel like at that point you might as well just, like, cut it and not stab it. Because, you know, typically your arm is a lot skinnier than your leg.
いちこ？
Ichiko. My heart is racing. I'm so scared, but I want to give it a try. I want to know what it feels like to stab the pure, white, beautiful skin of a child of God that feels no pain and heals immediately. Only muscles, no organs? We're not trying to kill her! Come on! Like, I still feel like if her organ was punctured, she would die. I don't think she can heal her internal organs. This isn't right. It's so wrong. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Miss Aria. Only one way to find out? No, no. Mm-mm. I don't want to risk it. I need to be sure that she catches all of it. I don't want to make a mess. I know this, and yet I can't stop myself. Why does this feel like a sex scene all of a sudden? She's bleeding. There's so much gushing out. I want to stab that soft flesh more. I want to poke her full of holes. Because of the sounds. And we moved to her bedroom for some reason. Why would that make her more comfortable to do this? Yes, the dialogue, the sounds were in her bedroom. Now Quiche. I wonder what the tendons feel like. Will her ankle make a weird noise if I slice it up?
お嬢様
Don't wake up now, Miss Aria. Stay just like that.
あともう少しだけ
A little longer.
あと
Just one more time. I promise I'll stop after that.
どんな感じか
I want to know what it feels like. Maybe we do.
また
She's dreaming. Oh my gosh. It was that dream again. That day, I plunged a pair of scissors deep into Arya's thigh. I've been having strange dreams every night since then. While she's lying face down asleep, I couldn't help but stab her with scissors and knives while at the same time, taking care to make sure her clothes didn't get soiled. The feeling of the blade piercing into her flesh, the moment when blood begins to spill, I didn't want her to feel it, but at the same time, I just couldn't stop myself, and I just repeated the same thing over and over. Yes?
いちこ？
Ichiko, did you just
今
wake
起きた
up?
ところ？
はいあすみません目覚ましうるさかったですか
But we do use scissors for stabbing and not cutting open the skin like they're supposed to. But why do we use scissors for stabbing, not cutting open the skin? I don't know, because that's what Arya picked up. Like, we stabbed her with scissors because Arya gave us the scissors. That's why. Anyways, we do have an ad starting right away, and, like, I need to get some water anyways, so I'm just going to take a quick break, everyone. We will be right back.